Notre Dame Cathedral rises from the heart of Paris like a witness that never blinks. For more than 8 centuries, it has stood on a small island in the River Seine, watching empires rise, kings fall, revolutions burn, and wars tear Europe apart. Generations came and went, languages changed, flags were replaced, and yet Notre Dame remained. This is not normal. Most buildings don't survive one great disaster. Notre Dame survived many: fires, wars, political revolutions, religious hatred, neglect, and even deliberate attempts to erase it. So the question isn't what happened to Notre Dame. The real question is, why didn't it disappear? Construction of Notre Dame began in the year 1163. Europe was fractured, violent, and uncertain. Paris was not yet the capital of a global empire. And yet, the builders envisioned something that would take nearly 2 centuries to complete. This wasn't a cathedral built for a single generation. It was built for time itself. The people who laid its first stones knew they would never see it finished. They were building for descendants they would never meet. That mindset changed everything. Notre Dame was designed not just to stand, but to endure. At first glance, Notre Dame looks rigid, cold stone, sharp lines, unmoving, but its strength lies in flexibility. Flying buttresses, those external stone arms, were not decoration. They redistributed weight. They allowed the walls to breathe. When fire, impact, or movement stressed the structure, the cathedral absorbed pressure instead of collapsing. Notre Dame doesn't fight force, it redirects it. This single design choice saved it more times than history records. Wars scar cities. Cathedrals are usually the first to fall. But Notre Dame survived the 100 Years' War. It survived occupation. It survived artillery and urban destruction. Why? Because Notre Dame was never just a church. It was a symbol claimed by every side. Destroying it meant destroying legitimacy itself. No army wanted to be remembered as the one that erased it. Sometimes, survival is not about strength, but about being too important to destroy. In April 2019, the world watched as flames tore through Notre Dame's roof. The spire collapsed. Smoke darkened the Parisian sky. Many believed this was the end, but it wasn't. The medieval builders had unknowingly created a firebreak system. The stone vaults beneath the wooden roof acted like a shield. The fire burned above, but could not consume the heart of the cathedral. Centuries-old design defeated modern catastrophe. The French Revolution did what wars could not. It tried to erase memory itself. Notre Dame was attacked, not for its structure, but for what it represented. Statues were destroyed. Symbols were defaced. Religion was replaced with ideology. At one point, Notre Dame was turned into a temple of reason. Later, a storage warehouse. It survived by becoming something else. Sometimes, survival means not resisting change. By the 19th century, Notre Dame was decaying. Paris had moved on. The cathedral was ignored. Until a novel changed everything. Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame reminded the world that the building mattered, not as stone, but as memory. Public outcry saved Notre Dame when governments did not. Stories preserved what power forgot. Notre Dame survived because it was never just a building. It was a spiritual center, a political symbol, an architectural experiment, a cultural memory. Each generation found a reason to keep it alive, because surviving fire is one thing, surviving war is another, but surviving humanity's attempt to forget its own past, that may be Notre Dame's greatest achievement. And as it continues to rise again from ashes and scaffolding, one question remains. How many other buildings once stood like this, but were not remembered in time? This was History Travelogue. If you believe every place has a past worth listening to, subscribe and travel through time with us.